Hi, wrestling fans. Welcome to another action-packed hour of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Wrestling the way it used to be and the way you like it. I'm Bob Caudle, and we got a great hour in store for all you wrestling fans this week. You're going to be seeing in action right here Dixie Dynamite and the Heavenly Bodies. We'll also hear from the Rock and Roll, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, the Dirty White Boy, the Wild-Eyed Southern Boy Tracy Smothers, and many, many more. Also, you know, Kevin Sullivan, and I don't understand why, Dutch. I don't know the reasoning behind this, but Kevin Sullivan has been reinstated, and Commissioner Bob Armstrong, he'll be here to explain it and tell us why and what went on about that. Also, we got a title match for a main event, the Dirty White Boy against White Lightning, Tim Horner. And Dutch, we've got new tag team champions.
Well, it's a sad day, but I have some news to make to all the people at home. We have new Smoky Mountain tag team champions, the Rock and Roll Express. I don't know how it happened. It's a sad day in wrestling, but today my special guest on Down and Dirty with Dutch is a Dirty White Boy, Paul Orndorff and the legendary Ron Wright, and they're going to be talking about a very important matter.
All right, fans, we're ready with action right now. Let's go to the ring.
Wrestling fans, introducing first from parts unknown, weighing in at 239 pounds, the Dark Secret. Fans, introducing from the heart of the Confederacy, 218 pounds, Dixie Dynamite.
All right, fans, Dixie Dynamite and the Dark Secret. You know, I tell you, Dutch, the action is about to get underway in the ring, but I got to tell you, it was a shock, and I mean a real shock to me to hear that Kevin Sullivan has been reinstated for TV appearances. Now, Commissioner Bob Armstrong, in our next segment, he's going to tell us why, but I tell you, I don't know what brought it about, but I don't agree with him being back.
Well, I've heard some rumors about it. Now, I'm not going to go into it. I'm going to let Bob Armstrong sort of cover it for the fans. But there's a deeper story than what's being let out on the surface right now, and Bob Armstrong, I'm sure, will inform the fans exactly what has transpired about this whole incident.
All right, action in the ring, fans. The Dark Secret and Dixie Dynamite. And Dynamite giving away quite a bit in size and height and weight, but not in heart. I mean, here's a guy that's got a heart as big as All Outdoors. Not only that, but he's got a tremendous amount of athletic ability, and when you get in against a guy as big as the Dark Secret, Dutch, you got to call on that, and that's what you got to use. You got to get the guy off his feet, get him down on the mat. Just like that.
Are you through talking now?
Go ahead, Dutch.
Now, could I give my expert analogy of this, my expert analysis? First of all, the Dark Secret, this is the first time we've seen him on Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And I'm sure anybody, when they make a debut appearance in any wrestling federation, they want to make it a very successful one.
Right.
Now, he's picked a very capable wrestler, Dixie Dynamite. Now, what he lacks in size, you say he makes up in heart. That is all true. But a good big man will always beat a smaller good man every time. I don't care what they say. A lot can be said about his
What about a great little man?
Well, if Dixie Dynamite is better than the Dark Secret right here, we'll see today.
Good takedown. Look how high he got in the air for that drop kick. And it was right on the button, just exploding right onto the face of the Dark Secret. Hey, Dutch, Christmas Chaos. That's something that everybody is talking about.
Christmas Chaos.
Yes, sir.
Coming up.
Appreciation Night in conjunction with your local Smoky Mountain Wrestling TV station. They're going to make it the lowest price ticket in town. Christmas Chaos.
Well, it's coming up. Christmas Chaos is all right around the holiday season. A lot of the kids out of school, a lot of people wanting to come see great Smoky Mountain action. Christmas Chaos is the time to come see it, fans, because Dutch Mantell is going to be there along with the other Smoky Mountain wrestling stars, and it's going to be a great night and evening of Smoky Mountain wrestling when it comes to your area.
Armbar now by Dixie Dynamite as the Dark Secret's going to make it to his feet. Came with a big, hard right hand. And Dutch, you'll notice he's got tape around, it looks to me, the knuckles on that right hand. That could make that hand a much more lethal weapon. Right over the back goes Dixie Dynamite. There's it. Dynamite kick. right, Dixie Dynamite. With that kick of his, that dynamite kick, down goes the Dark Secret for the count of 1, 2, 3. And all right, Dutch, I tell you, we can go back and take a look at that, and then I'm going to be talking to the new tag team champions in just a moment.
All right, what happened here? The Dark Secret sort of telegraphed his move, waited a little too long, and for his trouble, he is awarded the Confederate kick courtesy of Dixie Dynamite. And you see referee Mark Curtis slide right in there and give the Dark Secret in his debut appearance here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling the 3 count. And let's go to Bob right now, standing by with the Rock and Roll Express.
All right, Dutch, and right you are. And I tell you, fans, I'm extremely happy to be here with these two. I've watched them in action in the ring many, many times. They're great competitors, and now are the Smoky Mountain Tag Team Champions, Rock and Roll Express.
That's right, Bob. A big night of ours. We win this World Tag Team titles. Let me tell you something, Jimmy Cornette. They say we got a handicap match. Boys, it's not a handicap match because Jimmy Cornette, we're going to keep a good eye on you, boy. Right there, brother.
That's right. Christmas chaos, Bob. That's what it's all about. Now, you see, Jimmy Cornette, the reason we asked for this match with Jimmy Cornette on the Heavenly Bodies side for the Smoky Mountain Tag Team titles is because, number one, Bob, Jimmy Cornette's always out there with that tennis racket. He's always out there interfering in the matches. Well, this time right here, we can keep an eye on you, Jimmy Cornette, in the ring. And another thing we can do is to hit you and not get disqualified. So I'm telling you right now, Jimmy Cornette, at Christmas Chaos, that's what it's going to be, is chaos. Because when the Rock and Roll Express get our hands on you, baby, it's all going to be over with but the crowd. Because Rock and Roll's here to stay. We're not here to play. The new Smoky Mountain Tag Team Champions. And we'd like to thank all the fans. And we love you, baby.
All right, fans, there they are. The new Tag Team Champions of Smoky Mountain Wrestling, Rock and Roll Express. We'll be back. We'll have more action right after this. You talk about taking someone to your heart, boy. The Smoky Mountain Wrestling fans all around the area have really done that to this outstanding athlete right here, the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers. Tracy, glad to have you here with us.
Thanks, Bob. You know what? You know what I love? I love being in the South, and I love being home, and I love being in the good old volunteer state of Tennessee. Isn't that great to be allowed to be in the state of Tennessee? You know what? Of all the things that I love about being home, Mr. Cottle, of all the things that I really love, you know, the hills, the countryside and everything, what I really love the most is if I want to let out a good old rebel yell and go, yeah, then it's okay. It don't really matter. I can do whatever I wish because I'm in the South, I'm at home. I'm climbing that great Smoky Mountain and I'm going up that ladder and I want a shot at that Smoky Mountain heavyweight title. So Stud Stable, Heavenly Bodies, Dirty White Boy, whoever you may be, get off your buttocks and take a gander in this monitor because, gentlemen, there's a new sheriff in town, and his name's Tracy Smothers, the wild-eyed Southern boy. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tracy, the wild-eyed Southern boy. And fans, he is not taking any prisoners. Stepping in with us right now is Smoky Mountain Commissioner Bob Armstrong. Commissioner, as I say, we had some, I think, shocking news, and that's the fact that Kevin Sullivan has been reinstated.
That's right. Despite all my objections, Kevin Sullivan will be allowed to wrestle on TV. And rather than bore everybody with legal mumbo-jumbo with this 15-page letter I've got back on my desk at my office, let me just read one page of this letter from a team of lawyers from Mr. Evil Kevin Sullivan. We feel our client, Mr. Sullivan, is being wrongly denied his rightful and lawful chance to further his career through television exposure. If this ban is due to disciplinary action for improper conduct or rules violations, please forward to this office for review the following documents: names of all wrestlers fined and suspended in the past year, detailed descriptions of reasons for doing so, written rules barring these types of infractions, depositions, memos, minutes of meetings or other correspondence relating to such activity. And if Mr. Sullivan was barred from TV due to rule infractions, please show that all others who broke the rules were barred also. We'll consider failure to do so a discrimination and seek recourse in federal court. Now, if Mr. Sullivan was barred due to the psychiatric counseling he has undergone, we will consider this a violation of his civil rights, and they will seek in federal court because of equal opportunity employment violation, and because of Mr. Sullivan's slight infraction of the rules, we're sure that he'll be continued to be a model employee. Now, if what he did was slight to primetime Brian Lee, I'd like to see what his team of lawyers call a whole bunch. Now, I'll tell you, this is an abuse.
Yeah.
We got murderers walking the street right now because they abuse our legal system. This is the lowest form of abuse. But I'll tell you a man that likes abuse, and that's the Mongolian Stomper. And another man, Primetime Brian Lee, he's ready to abuse Kevin Sullivan for what he did to him. Let's just take a look at what these two men are going through right now.
All right, and then we'll hear from Primetime Brian Lee.
Fans, we're here in the locker room. We're trying to get some words from the Mongolian Stomper, but as you can tell, there's pandemonium in the locker room. Chaos just going wild.
Let me tell you this. I knew the Mongolian Stomper was the wildest dude I've ever seen in my life. He's fought all over the building. I'll tell you, Kevin Sullivan, you've got a monster to face. The Mongolian Stomper is as wild as he's ever been, Brian, and he don't show no signs of slacking up. So, Kevin Sullivan, the master, you may be in for a big problem, brother, because this man is wild as he can.
He's loose! He's loose!
What is the matter?
Turn!
I received a phone call today from Bob Armstrong. He asked me, Brian, how you doing? Told him, well, I'm out getting a walk trying to make these ribs heal a little quicker. Then he asked me when I was going to be able to wrestle again. Well, the doctor's going to release me in 6 weeks. Then he told me about Christmas Chaos. He told me that Kevin Sullivan's going to be there. So I told him, Kevin Sullivan's going to be there, Primetime Brian Lee's going to be there. And I'll tell you what, the Stomper's going to take care of that stalker, and Brian Lee's going to take care of Kevin Sullivan. And when I get my hands on you, you better try to do a lot better job than you did last time, because I'm going to rip your head right off your body.
Well, everybody knows that Primetime Brian Lee was hurt really bad. He's not ready to come back, and his doctors have said he's not ready to come back, but Primetime Lee has got a heart as big as all outdoors, and everybody's talking about this match right here. The Mongolian Stomper teams up with Brian Lee to wrestle against Mr. Evil Kevin Sullivan and the Night Stalker. Now, the board of directors are on my case. This match will be non-sanctioned. Let the chips fall where they may. That match will take place, but it will be non-sanctioned. And, brother, you guess as good as mine what'll happen there.
All right, fans, that's the story right out of the mouth of Commissioner Bob Armstrong. Now, we'll be back. We'll have more action when we return right after this.
Fans in Hazard, Kentucky, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and Your Mountain Television, thank you very much for your support of Thanksgiving Thunder. And Smoky Mountain Wrestling will be returning to the Memorial Gym in Hazard soon. You watch Your Mountain Television for more details. Smoky Mountain Wrestling returns to Barberville, Kentucky at the Knox Central High School on Saturday, January 9th at 8 p.m. The card is still being signed, but you're going to see all the stars of Smoky Mountain Wrestling, the Heavenly Bodies and Jim Cornette, the Dirty White Boy, and these guys, White Lightning and Tim Horner, and the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers.
Hey, Big Trace, you know, it's going to be great coming back to Barberville. You know, like you said, the matches haven't been signed, but the fans have been great in Barberville, around Barberville, Pineville, Corbin, Williamsburg, Hazard, everywhere. Everybody's coming to Barberville, you know, and I heard some talk around about that Dirty White Boy saying he wished he could get me back in Barberville. You know, I hope you can. You know, you've been out here running your mouth for months. You've done a lot of things to me. You've hung me, you put a beer bottle over my head, done a lot of things, and I'm still after that title. So keep that in mind, Dirty White Boy. But if you want me in Barberville, you jump on me. And when you get tired, I'll take over. How's that, Tracy?
That sounds real good to me. You know something, Tim? It's a pleasure to be back in the South. It's a pleasure to be in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And I can't wait to come to Barberville January 9th. I don't know who I'm wrestling. It doesn't make any difference to me. They can put King Kong or Godzilla or make them a tag team. We can take them on right there.
That's right.
Doesn't matter to me. I love being in the South. I love to come into Eastern Kentucky. But you know, I've been working hard. I've been climbing that ladder, and I want a shot at that Smoky Mountain title. I know that Dirty White Boy's got it. I know you're after him, but man, doggone it, I want a shot at that title. So White Boy, if you're out there listening, boy, you got a bunch of people chasing you, big man. So don't look over. You better not be looking over your shoulder, because I know my man White Lightning and Tim Horner is after you too. But remember this: I'm a Southern-born, Southern-bred thoroughbred, guaranteed not to rust, bust, collect dust, bend breaker splinter. I was born on a mountain. I was raised in a cave. Women and wrestling's all I crave. When I come to Barberville, I'm coming for business, boys. Like I said, doesn't matter. But white boy, I'm looking for you, so be ready.
Fans introducing, weighing in at 228 pounds from Nashville, Tennessee, Jeff Daniels.
All right, fans, in the ring, here's Jeff Daniels, and now making his way toward the ring, here's the evil one himself from the dark side, Kevin Sullivan. And Dutch, look at this. Kevin Sullivan just rolls right into the ring, goes right at Daniels, any and every way he can, through the ropes, out of the ring. He's out now after him, going to stomp kick. No telling what he's going to do. You know, everyone's allowed legal counsel in this country, even a guy like Sullivan. But now we see how people can get away with murder by abusing the system, and I think that's what Sullivan is doing. Look at him go to work here. He's trying to annihilate Daniels.
Well, first of all, I think this is the first time we've seen Kevin Sullivan, and he's from Singapore. First time we've seen him since the incident with Brian Lee, and he is making no bones about it. He's coming in there to do damage. He's accompanied to the ring by the Night Stalker. I don't know if he's on the camera. There, he's on the camera right there. Accompanied.
Yeah, look at the Stalker outside.
Accompanied to the ring by the Night Stalker. Now, you know, he sent Bob Armstrong a letter that says, you cannot ban me from Smoky Mountain Wrestling. This Kevin Sullivan is a wild man. He don't know what he's going to do next. He's out of camera range right now, and he's
got a table.
He's taking a table to the ring.
Wild, vicious, no way you control him. I tell you, but the Stomper is also a wild and vicious one.
Wait a minute, he's going to run Jeff Daniels' head right into the table, and it's going to be a sad, sad day for Jeff Daniels to ever hope to get out of this match in one piece. I think he's wishing right now maybe he hadn't have got into it in the first place.
Again, he's going to slam him right into that table outside of the ring.
You see, rules mean nothing to Kevin Sullivan. Rules are meant for other people, not for him. Unless, of course,
he's gone over and
he's got a camera tripod and hits him right in the back with it.
You know, you heard Bob Armstrong say that the match with Sullivan and the Night Stalker against the Stomper and Brian Lee will be so wild that Smoky Mountain Wrestling is not sanctioning.
Now he's got a chair.
Responsible.
He's got a chair.
You know why, Dutch? Look.
And right in the head. What a solid shot to Jeff Daniels. Right in the head. The referee, Mark Curtis, I don't think he knows what to do at this point. Into the table again.
Dutch, somebody needs to stop this. I think
Bob, do not go to the ring like you did the last time Kevin Sullivan was around here. Do not go to the ring. Stay right here. These men made us pick you up, strip you completely naked, and beat the soup out of you right here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Somebody's going to have to put a stop to this guy, and I think somebody will.
Don't look at me.
I think the Stomper.
Wait a minute.
Brian Lee just may be the two that can do it. Look at him now, just stomping and kicking away.
He has opened Jeff Daniels out. Bleeding from the head, from that chair, no doubt.
But he doesn't want to pin him. He just wants to keep pounding away, beating at him, stonking, kicking him, doing whatever he can to him, Dutch. The guy wants to hurt him.
Well, this man certainly lives by a different credo and a different philosophy than everyone else.
Yeah, you saw that stone there, that headstone with Brian Lee's dates on it. The date they hope to put him out. Put him out forever.
Well, Brian Lee was the man that Kevin Sullivan originally targeted in Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
And Lee's doctor
look at the blood.
Don't come back. But Lee says, hey, I know what I can do. I'm going to come back at Christmas Cave.
Look at the blood right now.
We're a mess right now.
Outside the ring again.
Dutch, get out there and go out there and stop it. Do something to it.
Yeah, right. I'm not going out there. Wait a minute.
Well, you can certainly understand why Smoky Mountain Wrestling will not sanction
a
match, any match where you got Kevin Sullivan in. There's the... I thought I had heard the bell, Dutch. I'm not sure what happened there.
Well, I think the bell
to stop it.
The bell is ringing. Both men are in the ring. Obviously, it's a disqualification.
Sullivan and the Night Stalker are not paying any attention to the bell either.
Well, rules mean nothing to the Night Stalker either.
We're going to need an ambulance or something.
Here comes the second referee. Here comes Flash Morris. The referees are both outside the ring. They're calling for the bell. These referees are afraid of Kevin Sullivan. He has intimidated the referees.
I can understand that, Dutch.
He has intimidated the referees. Now they're calling for Kevin Sullivan to get out of the ring. That's no good. Wait a minute. Jeff Daniels being left. Wait a minute. The Night Stalker putting the tombstone down. Kevin Sullivan making his way to our announcer's table right now. Making his way over. The Night Stalker still in the ring. Let's go right now, ladies and gentlemen, to Bob Caudle standing by with Kevin Sullivan right here.
You being allowed back in the ring on television has got to be a miscarriage of justice.
I have lawyers. You see, everybody get a chance in this country to do anything they want. Even the amateur Charlie Manson had a lawyer. You see, Smoky Mountain Wrestling and Commissioner Armstrong, you can't keep me and my followers from doing what I want to do. Brian Lee, I hurt you one time. It was an accident. I didn't mean to take that spike and keep stabbing you. It keeps stabbing you. And now the doctors say, don't face him. Don't come to see Mr. Sullivan because your spleen, Brian Lee, isn't right. You know, you can't live without a spleen. I've heard that spleens can rupture if you stomp on them. And talk about stomping people. Mongolian stomper. That one was for you. You can reach out and take the hand of young Brian Lee, and you can take him down to any Coliseum and face me and a Night Stalker, because it's like he taking a child to the butcher shop. You see, I can do anything I want. I have lawyers. I have great lawyers. And what a country we live in when you can do anything you want if you got the right lawyer. It's great.
Well, there's nothing to say after that, fans. We'll be back right after this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Down and Dirty with Dutch. I'm Dutch Mantell, and you're not. And today, my special guest on Down and Dirty is the legendary Ron Wright, the Smoky Mountain Heavyweight Champion, the Dirty White Boy, and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Now, what we're going to talk about today is an event coming up, Christmas Chaos, in which the super team of Paul Orndorff and the Dirty White Boy are going to be teaming up to go against the Hands of Stone, Ronnie Garvin, and White Lightning, Tim Horner.
Let me tell you something. Christmas chaos, my foot. I've never been so sick of a holiday in my life. I'm supposed to be getting 16 and 18 hours of rest today. I want to tell all them little snotty-nosed kids over in my neighborhood to quit singing them Christmas carols and aggravating me to death and keeping me awake all hours of the day and night. I'm liable to have a heart attack and leave here if they don't slow down on it. Christmas chaos, humbug, I mean.
All right, you heard it, Mr. Ron Wright. Dirty White Boy, you have a big match coming up later today with White Lightning, Tim Horner for the Smoky Mountain Heavyweight Championship. Your comments for the fans right now.
My comments for the fan right now, and White Lightning, Tim Horner, you've been after this for a long, long time. And at Christmas Chaos, you've got myself and this man right here going against the Hands of Stone, Ronnie Garvin, and White Lightning, Tim Horner. Well, Tim Horner, you'll not make it to Christmas Chaos because today you've got a shot at this, and this means more to me than anything walking, talking in the world today. This right here, son, and I don't think that you're man enough to take it, and I know you won't be at Christmas Chaos.
Well, I know he's not man enough to take it, but Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, your comments right now, you've had a run-in with the Hands of Stone, Ronnie Garvin. Now you and the White Boy are going to team up as a tag team taking on Tim Horner and Garvin. What do you think about it?
You know, I'm sick and tired. Every time I turn around, Tim Horner is coming out here saying what Mr. Wonderful has done to him. Mr. Wonderful's done that. What he's done to me in the past, you know. Hey, listen. I am an international star.
Absolutely.
I go all over the world
yes.
challenging all the champions.
Right.
And I don't care who they are. Mr. Wonderful is everything that he says he is. And you want to know something else? Myself and the Dirty White Boy, we are like this. So, Tim Horner, I don't think that you're man enough to take that belt from him. And as far as this Christmas Chaos, Dirty White Boy and myself is going to show you what a true legend team is all about.
There you heard it right here. You heard it first right on Down and Dirty with us. Christmas Chaos fans coming your way. And right now, stay tuned, fans. Remember the big heavyweight championship match, the Dirty White Boy against Tim Horner. Later today, stay tuned. We'll be right back in 2 minutes.
All right, fans, our guest right now here is White Light. Tim Horner. Tim, a big Christmas present for all the wrestling fans in the Smoky Mountain area, Christmas Chaos. That's going to be one of the biggest events ever in professional wrestling, and you're going to be a big part of that.
You know, Christmas Chaos, me and Ronnie Garvin against Paul Orndorff and the Dirty White Boy. You know, there's no love lost against the Dirty White Boy and myself, and there's certainly none with Ronnie Garvin and Paul Orndorff, but that's just going to be icing on the cake, because today I'm coming out here and I'm going to win that Smoky Mountain heavyweight title. Dirty White Boy, you better hang on tight, because it's going to be a long ride today.
All right, fans, and don't forget it, that match is going to be coming up in just a few minutes. Now we're ready with more action. Let's go to the ring.
Fans, introducing at a total weight of 450 pounds, Daniel Little Bear and Reno Riggins.
Dutch, after that introduction from none other than Jim Cornette himself, I noticed that Killer Kyle, of course, is in the ring right there with the Heavenly Bodies, the big, strong man himself, Kyle.
You know, I've sort of been watching Jimmy Cornette a little more closely in the last couple of weeks. I just got my eye on him for some reason. I don't know why exactly, but I just do. But right now you see the former Smoky Mountain Tag Team Champions, the Heavenly Bodies, taking on Reno Riggins from Las Vegas, Nevada, and a newcomer to Smoky Mountain Wrestling, Daniel Little Bear.
Danny Little Bear.
A Native American gracing the rings of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. We're joined at the table here by the Stud Stable. My good friends, I might add, Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden.
You know, I like to say we're better than just friends, Dutch, because I love you, man.
And I want to thank you for my jacket. I wear it just almost every day.
You know, I've seen you in it, Dutch. You look fine in it too.
The
you know, I
sleeves
hope
are
I
too long.
Come out here. Would you pardon me just a minute? I'm doing the talking here. Dutch, you know, I didn't come out here to upset your fine commentary, but I'm going to have to just a little bit, because I got things of great importance to say. That you know, Jimmy and myself are the finest team that's ever been around this area, that it's one thing for sure, that we ought to went right to the top in the shortest amount of time anybody ever saw. Instead, we have not got the match that we need to be the champions. I'm talking about wrestling the champions. First time we do, that's the time we'll have the titles.
I agree 100% on that.
You know, we've had these midgets that come out here, we've had to get out on our knees and figure out how to wrestle fantastic. We beat them. We've went up against so-called Rock and Roll Express, baby. They ain't no Elvis Presley. Yes, sir, we beat them. And if we have to go and wrestle the Heavenly Bodies to decide who is the championship material, we'll do it. I guarantee you that, right, Jim?
Yeah. And listening to the conversation out here, I'd like to know, Dutch, what do we got to do to get us a title match? Well, you got to be ranked. You got to be ranked number one. You got to be the top contender.
Everybody in Smoky Mountain Wrestling knows it. We've been here the longest. We're the baddest, and we've proved it over and over and over. We beat either one of them teams up there right now.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Jimmy. I'm going to put the internal investigation committee on this, and I'm going to see if I can find out the real reason why you guys aren't in title matches. You know,
Dutch,
I'm a part of you guys too, you know, and it's affecting me too.
You're the only one that's had any consideration around here at all. Bob Armstrong don't care who the heck about nobody, and you're the only one that cares about seeing us get the right
You're
team.
the only one, Dutch Mantell, that keeps something from being broke right here on this set, or broke around here, because I don't know what you have to do. If it's tear up something around here, then we'll tear it up. But, you know, if it weren't for you being out here and giving the proper commentary and holding our heads together, something right now would have went down. Might be these guys up in the ring right here. It might be your cameraman standing over here. It might be the little fella standing over here next to me that keeps butting in every time I say something important.
Well, you got to watch Bob Collins, because he's going to interject something in there, whether it makes any sense or not. But I'm going to find out exactly what's going on, Robert, and I think next time we may have a little different approach to this whole matter.
Thank you very much, Dutch. And as Jimmy said earlier, and I want to reiterate, we love you, baby. You know it. We're happy to have you in our company. We're happy to be able to say Dutch Mantell's part of the stable. Son, you sure are.
Well, thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. I'm going, like I said, I'm going to put the investigation committee on it. And right now, we've just seen the match wrap up. The Heavenly Bodies back on the comeback trail after those Smoky Mountain titles. We got a little controversy going around here. But right here, let's take a look at how the Heavenly Bodies won this match right here. They shoot the Native American in his debut appearance right here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling in with a little help from Sand Lane, a little help from his friends. He goes down for the count, and there we see the referee slide in a big win right here for the Heavenly Bodies right here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Let's go right now, fans. Bob Caudle standing by with Jim Cornette and the Heavenly Bodies.
You ought to be holding this under that guy's picture, and you know something? If you people would look at this for a second, this is what you ought to say. Because living in a stinking dirt hole like Clearfield, Tennessee, you shouldn't feel very good about yourself. We got no reservations about fighting Indians, man, and we got no reservations about the Rock and Roll Express. But now they've gone to Bob Armstrong at Christmas Chaos. You see, I'm in the mood. A handicap match with me in the ring. Well, let me tell you something. I am not a wrestler, and I see what the Rock and Roll Express wants to do. They want to get their hands around my neck, and they want to squeeze until my eyeballs pop out, then get a kick out of me being killed, and I'm sure these defects would too. Well, I tell you something, Rock and Roll, I'm going into training. And Richard Simmons is a very good friend of mine, and every night, brother, I'm going to be sweating to those oldies, and I'm going to be moving, and I'm going to be grooving, and I'm going to get the best shape of my life. And I know that the Heavenly Bodies are going to keep the Rock and Roll Express away from me, and we will regain the tag team title. Please tell me that's the truth, Tom. Please tell me.
You know it's the truth. Okay. You got my word on it, and I know you got Stan's word on it. Well, let me just say something, too. I noticed that the stud stable was out here talking during our match, and I just want to let you know, you guys ought to stay in your own business, because I would hate for anything to jeopardize the friendship that we have right now, guys.
Yeah, that's something that I know means a lot to Stan, is friendship, right, Stan?
Let me just reiterate that those guys need to stay on their local, regional matches and leave the main event stuff to us. I'd hate for our valuable friendship to be hurt. I don't want to see anybody's feelings get hurt, Bob Caudle.
And let me tell you something, brother. Next time you see me, I'm going to be ripped to shreds. I'm going to have abs. I'm going to have pectorals. I'm going to have biceps, triceps, quadriceps. Everything on me is going to be hard.
Fans, don't go away. We're going to be back in a moment. Let's hear this about Christmas Chaos.
Fans, now you can make Smoky Mountain Wrestling part of your Christmas celebration. In conjunction with your local television station, Smoky Mountain Wrestling invites you to Christmas Chaos, taking place on Christmas weekend. It's Fan Appreciation Night, and as a special thank you to all the fans who have supported our live events and our television station during our first year, all fans will be admitted for the lowest ticket prices in wrestling. The entire family can enjoy live wrestling and meet the stars in person for less than the cost of a movie. The Christmas Chaos card will be headlined by a triple tag team main event. Hands of Stone, Ronnie Garvin, and White Lightning Tim Horner.
The thunder rolls and the lightning strikes. Another love goes cold on a sleepless night.
All right, fans, here he comes, and I guess, Dutch, any way you want to measure it, you got to say this gentleman right here is a complete wrestling package. White Lightning, Tim Horner, and the fans in Tennessee love him.
Wrestling fans, this is for the Smoky Mountain Heavyweight title. Introducing the challenger weighing in at 230 pounds from Morristown, Tennessee, white-lighted Tim Horner.
Now, Bob, what did you say about everybody in Tennessee loving Tim Horner? Well, I'm in Tennessee right now, and I'm not in love with Tim Horner right now. Let's look at the real man, the real stud workhorse of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Their flag carrier, their standard bearer right here. The Dirty White Boy approaching the ring with his confidant and advisor, the legendary Mr. Ron Wright.
You're looking, fans, at the Smoky Mountain Heavyweight Champion, and you heard it right out of the mouth of Dutch Mantell, the Dirty White Boy himself.
Let's go right now to Brian Matthews, the voice of FM 94, for the introduction of the Dirty White Boy.
Fans, introducing the current Smoky Mountain Heavyweight Champion from Bucksnort, Tennessee, 248 pounds, the Dirty White Boy. He is accompanied to the ring tonight by his manager, Mr. Ron Wright.
Well, I got one thing to say right now. What did Cornette say out here in that little interview segment he had? He said he's going to be sweating to the oldies, getting in shape.
Yeah, he's going to get in shape.
I've looked at this crowd out here, all these fat women out here. It looks like a Richard Simmons reunion out here. These broads tip in about 300 pounds. They need to go on a diet.
You was talking about you didn't love Tim Horner. When I said all the fans did, it looked like you and the Tennessee stud, the stud stable there, looked like y'all had some kind of love affair going.
Well, they're my close personal friends, and we have history, and we go back a long way. Unlike you, Bob, who probably have no friends. I have lots of friends, but I keep them very close to me, and I keep my enemies even closer. That's how I get along with them. But right now, let's take a look right now at Tim Horner making an attempt right here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling, the main event we talked about, trying to unseat the Dirty White Boy and take that 10 pounds or 15 pounds of gold off the Dirty White Boy and around his waist. Now, I think it speaks of integrity, it speaks of character that the Dirty White Boy would even consider putting the belt on the line against Tim Horner right here on television.
That's right, Dutch. This is for that championship belt. And Horner, as he gets to his feet, has that right hand cocked, ready to throw it, and the Dirty White Boy very quickly and wisely took a quick step backwards right into the corner.
Let me just
lock up again out near the center of the ring. These two have been going at it for weeks now, Dutch, and there's been no clear-cut winner yet, but there's been a lot of hatred developed between these two.
Well, both these men are from Tennessee. One's from Middle Tennessee and one's from East Tennessee. If I had to put money on it, I'd have to say that the Dirty White Boy is the better of the two because he's more of a brawler, he's more of a fighter, and I think he's got more guts than Tim Horner's got.
I don't know about that. Horner's big as all outdoors. He's got a tremendous amount of wrestling savvy and ability about him, and he's such a tremendous athlete, an all-around athlete, Dutch, as Tim Horner. And Horner at 230 pounds, he's big enough. He's got size. As you say, he's not going to get in there and really mix it up with a Dirty White Boy. He shouldn't. That's the kind of a match the White Boy wants.
Well, these men approach each other with the utmost respect, I know that. But the final analysis is going to be who can maintain control of that Smoky Mountain heavyweight belt. And I think maybe if lightning did strike Dirty White Boy going to the ring, that's the only way that Tim Horner's going to really beat him.
Well, he missed that when he went flying into the corner, and there with that hip toss right to the mat goes the Dirty White Boy. Horner now with a headlock. You know, it's going to really be something at Christmas Chaos, Dutch, to see these two in a tag team situation. Horner with the man with the hands of stone, Ronnie Garvin, and the Dirty White Boy with Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. I don't know whether they'll ever tag out or whether they'll concentrate on trying to get in there and just bang each other to death. Well, who knows?
Both of these teams depend on power to win. It's power impact moves, and you're going to see these guys. There's going to be a war between them. I can tell you that right now.
Here's Horner back to the ropes.
But let me say that I think, once again, that Orndorff and Dirty White Boy will beat Horner and Garvin even in a tag team situation.
What a drop kick right there by Horner. He is flat-footed, got high into the air, and that drop kick exploding right again onto the face, right into the chin of the White Boy. He went through the ropes out of the ring. Here's Horner right out after him.
They're out on the
walk around the ring, and Ron Wright is taking off as fast as he can in that wheelchair. But Horner now has caught the White Boy.
Well, it's spilled out of the ring now. The playpen couldn't hold these two guys. Now they went out on the floor. Now they're back in the ring. Now, Horner seems to have more or less sort of dominated the early part of this match, but we have to wait. See, sometimes the Dirty White Boy is noted for his counter wrestling ability, and if Horner does make a mistake, White Boy is the first one to capitalize on it.
around my neck, huh?
Hey, you were talking about Christmas chaos earlier. You know, Jim Cornette in the ring against the Rock and Roll Express.
Who booked that?
Imagine that.
Who booked
Cornette
that?
had better hope that the heavenly bodies watch over him. So for the first time ever, the tag title is on the line, and that's on a 3-against-2 type situation.
Well, I don't think it should be booked like that, but right now we see the legendary Ron Wright giving advice to the Dirty White Boy outside the ring right here.
Did he get something? Has he got something in that hand?
Well,
he's got that right hand all taped up and the knuckles taped.
Wait a minute, he's coming back into the ring.
Here? Dutch, you think Brian Lee's coming back too soon against doctor's orders? You know, it really may cost him. Christmas chaos. What a right hand. And down goes Horner. It's just as if his lights were turned right out, and it looks like the White Boy now handing something back to Ron Wright.
No, wait a minute now. You're
Look at this. Look at Wright.
He's buttoning his shirt up.
After he's
an elderly man. There's a draft in this stinking building anyway. I don't want him to catch cold out here. But all I know is Horner is down. He's made a mistake. The Dirty White Boy has hammered White Lightning Tim Horner. Now Horner is in a bad shape.
Well, when you make a mistake against the Dirty White Boy, you're going to pay for it, and Horner is paying as the White Boy got high into the air there with that leg drop. Horner now kicks out at the count of 2, and they're on their feet again. He's biting him, Dutch, right under the nose and under the bridge of the nose. He's going to whip him all the way across the ring and off the ropes. Look how high into the air he had Horner right down on his face.
Now, kids, once again, do not try these moves at home. Do not pick your little sister up and drop her in the garage out there on the concrete floor, because your daddy will grab a limb off a tree and wear you out with it.
Boy,
but we see right now, White Boy, it takes a tremendous amount of power, and you see all great athletes have a couple things in common. One thing all great athletes have, and wrestlers too, is balance, and White Boy has a lot of balance. You got to have timing, balance, and strength to do a move that he did on Tim Horner just a few seconds ago.
Well, he just scooped Horner right up off of the mat, drove that shoulder hard right into the midsection as he slammed Horner hard to the mat, going to help pick him up again. Here's Horner on his knees with the right hand.
Wait a minute.
That's where that heart I was talking about comes in, Dutch. Look at him fight back. Headbutt now from the White Boy, and he'll use any and every weapon he can find.
Well, Tim, did he get hammered in the turnbuckle then?
Oh, what
a lot of power in slamming Tim Horner into that turnbuckle.
Snap there, and again, down goes Horner. He's almost defenseless. It looks like on the mat is a White Boy. Oh, he missed the headbutt.
He missed a headbutt.
Not far, and he missed it. He was going to go with a headbutt. He was going to turn Horner's lights out for sure.
Well, now Horner sort of stopped White Boy's momentum now. This is a game of opportunity. Let's see if he can make the best of it right here.
Horner with a couple of good hard right hands. There's another right under the jaw. Measures the White Boy. Lifts him off of the mat with that right. Now back to the attack comes Horner. He's got the White Boy in trouble now. The Irish whip all the way to the turnbuckle, coming off right to the elbow.
Well, he's got a second win going right now. Let's see if he can continue this and keep the momentum going for himself. On the top rope now, he's hammering White Boy in the corner.
Horner is standing on that rope, and there's nowhere for the White Boy to go. He can just set right back into the ropes like he was doing and take it. He couldn't escape. Blocked that right hand. Missed that roundhouse right. The atomic drop.
Wait a minute, both men stunned off that move. Both men stunned. 1, 2. His foot on the rope. His foot on the rope.
His foot was on the rope, though.
No, his foot's on the rope.
Yeah, did the referee see that?
Foot's on the rope.
And the referee's not sure what went on.
Now, wait a minute. The referee, that foot was on the rope.
How did his foot get up there? Horner's got the belt. He's thinking at the moment, and he's certainly the
Wait a minute, why was there?
champion. Look how elated and happy he is. The referee now, having seen that as Ron Wright pointed it out,
his foot was on the rope.
Horner, but Horner's leaving.
Well, Bob, let me ask you this. Why was there indecision on Mark Curtis's part? Why?
He didn't see that, Dutch. He didn't see the foot, and there it is. But Horner has got the belt.
Can I say something, Bob? What is the call, Mr. Referee? What is it? He's still undecided. He raised his hand, but now he's undecided. What's going on here? We need an official.
All right, wait a minute. The referee's going to try to get something decided on this, and we'll be back, fans, right after this.
Fans in Hazard, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and Your Mountain Television, thank you very much for your support of Thanksgiving Thunder. And Smoky Mountain Wrestling will be returning to the Memorial Gym in Hazard soon. Stay tuned for more details here on Your Mountain Television. Smoky Mountain Wrestling returns to Barberville, Kentucky at the Knox Central High School on Saturday, January the 9th at 8 p.m. The card is still being signed for Barberville, but already scheduled to appear is White Lightning Tim Horner, Tracy Smothers, and this man, the Dirty White Boy, coming to Barberville.
Barberville, what you see standing before you is a champion without a title. Why, you ask? Because in the Smoky Mountain area, there is a thief that goes by the name of White Lightning Tim Horner. Horner, what is it? Is your whole family a bunch of thieves? When you see something that you're not capable of winning legally, you just stop and steal it? Well, in Barberville, if I have my way about it, punk, I'll have you in the middle of that ring and we'll settle it once for all, because I'll beat your stinking brains out and I'll get my belt back no matter what it takes. I'll see you in Barberville if you got the guts to show up.
Also scheduled to appear in Barberville in January, Stan Lane and Tom Pritchard, the Heavenly Bodies, and their manager, Jim Cornette.
You know, I don't think that the Dirty White Boy is going to have a problem finding a thief in Barberville, because they're all over the place in eastern Kentucky. If not Barberville, then Hazard. You realize when we went to Thanksgiving Thunder in Hazard, they stole the hubcaps off our Lincoln Town car because they'd never seen one before. So let me tell you something, eastern Kentucky, that's what you are as thieves. You either have to have something handed to you, or elsewise you got to steal it. Well, I tell you what, when the Heavenly Bodies come to Barberville on January the 9th, we want to get the Rock and Roll Express back, and we want to get something that's been stolen from us, right, Tom?
Well, there's certain things I like to do in my life, and then there's things I'd rather have without. Coming to Barberville, Kentucky is one of those things that I don't really want to do, but it's a necessity to show everybody who the real Smoky Mountain Tag Champions are.
Accommodations for this event were provided by Lakeview Inn, Caryville, Tennessee. Nestled in the beautiful Cumberland Mountains, Lakeview Inn is conveniently located on I-75 at exit 134. Spacious rooms at affordable prices and only a short drive from the Museum of Appalachia and Gatlinburg. The management and staff invite you to visit as a guest and then return as a friend. The Lakeview Inn, Caryville, Tennessee. For reservations, call area code 615-562-9456. Commissioner Bob Armstrong with Jeff Daniels.
I just want to say this. Kevin Sullivan, this young man right here is just trying to make a living like the rest of us. Look at the gash in his head. It's going to take 15 or 20 stitches to close it up, plus a concussion. Kevin Sullivan, we're going to find a way to get rid of you, boy, once and for all. And as far as Tim Horner is concerned, I'm very happy he got the 3 count, but the man's foot was on the rope. Whether Wright put it there, who put it there, the foot was on the rope. Rules are rules. I'm going to have to ask Tim to give that belt back.
You're asking him to give it back to the Dirty White Boy?
Sorry. I've got no choice. Rules are rules.
All right, fans, that's the ruling, and that's from Commissioner Bob Armstrong. As he says the foot was on the rope, he's asked Tim Horner to bring the belt back, to give it back to the Dirty White Boy, that the Dirty White Boy is still the Smoky Mountain Heavyweight Champion. All right, that'll wrap it up for this week. See you next week, and until then, so long for now.